Hey FLOSSTUBE, it's Lee from Creatively on Sunday the 8th of November with FLOSSTUBE number 49. We're on the eve of my anniversary. I had a wee look. I did my first video on the 10th of November 2019, so next week I'll have been doing this a year. Well, on Tuesday I will have been doing this a year. I had a bit of a bump in subscribers over the last week, probably related to, well in fact I know it's mostly related to the stitching retreat last weekend. And man, look at the bags under my eyes, terrible. Not to look yourself in the camera that you realise just how tired you look. But anyway, so it's a grey dismal weekend here in Upper Hutt. I've got, basically it's just raining, it's cold and damp and horrible, but never mind. So quick little life update. Well, first of all we have to start with isn't that interesting regarding the election. So I see this morning that looks like there's going to be a change in president over at the States. So I'm not going to go all political, but hopefully it'll be a good change. And as I've seen a few people say, think of it as a journey, not a destination. But gosh, it's been entertaining watching from afar. Entertaining with a side of cringy. My dad's doing good. He got out of hospital last week. He got his PIC, I think he had that in last weekend. And district nurse coming and doing all that. So he's feeling pretty good. He said he got the district nurse to translate properly for him the medical jargon in his last discharge notes, and he's sort of said he wishes he hadn't, because he's now, I think he's sort of realising that how not well he is. You know, he's all about, well, I think they've fixed me, I'm going to be good, and which is, I guess, a good attitude to have, and that it's not like he's lying down and giving up, right? But it does mean he kind of pushes himself a bit far, I think, which doesn't help. But he's like, oh, I probably shouldn't be alive. And I'm like, well, there's been many attempts this year of your body giving up. So anyway, he's doing okay. Fingers crossed. I think he stays on the antibiotic for another couple of weeks. Not sure. I didn't listen. It all blurs into one, really. I do have a takeaway cup. I feel terrible because I forgot to take one of my 947 portable cups. But last Monday I went to Columbus because it's a local coffee chain, and a New Zealand coffee chain. Well, it might be Australian. But I went out to get a coffee because I was working from home, and because I live in Upper Hutt, most places are just closed. Then I went to Columbus, which wouldn't be my first preference. And anyway, I had enough time to find their app, log in, send feedback, because they just were so short-staffed, and given that on Monday so many places are closed, they had queues out the door and people were leaving the queue. So it was more like, hey, do you realise on Mondays that this is one of the few coffee shops that are available open in Upper Hutt, and you've got queues out the door and people are leaving, so you're missing out on business. So they gave me a call thanking me for my feedback, and left a voucher for me today to go and pick up a voucher to get a coffee and a slice. So I did. Can't complain. So that was kind of unexpected. Well, first of all, it was unexpected that people actually follow up on feedback, because so often they don't, right? So that was kind of, wow, you rang back. That's kind of cool. And they're like, thank you for your feedback, and we're, you know, blah, blah, take it seriously and all that. So yeah, anyway, free. I'm enjoying my introvert weekend, where basically yesterday I didn't leave the house, recovering from last weekend, and I basically did laundry. I watched Neon, which is like Netflix, but not Netflix. Watched it on Neon, and I stitched quite a bit. So I made up for last weekend, I think. Haul, nope, no haul. I have 3 or 4 things in the wild. I feel like they're never going to turn up. What are you going to do? I need to stop saying but I won't, because that's what we do. No new starts, no finishes, no FFOs, but I did stitch on a few things. So I've got 3 minutes until the bread beeps for second proof. I'm making bread. First of all, I had started at retreat last weekend my Blackstone Fantasy by Ink Circles, and I'm still working through I can't give you what the conversion will be because I'm making it up as I go along, but I'm stitching it on 28 count Lugana limestone from Country Stitch, and I kept going for a couple of days, and I didn't have to frog very often. I had to frog half of this one. I missed a row and I got round and went, it's not going to match up. And I think I did a similar thing somewhere else, but pretty much it's that count 37 times stitch once, and that is where I'm at with that. So finished the orange border and the quattro foil, and then that's where I got to, obviously, because that's where there's no stitching. Then I thought I need to put it down. So I'm quite happy with it. And it's going to be quite cool getting all of that cross stitching done. There are 3, overall there are 3, I think, square borders. So I know that's, probably 2 days or two stitching sessions to get that done. So I know that I get the other borders done in another 4 stitching sessions, and a stitching session's like, a good sort of few hours. And then I'll be able to fiddle around with the black work, which won't be black, it'll be colour work. So I got that, and then I was like, Lee, you don't need to just finish this in 1 week. Pick something else. So how do we look at what I hadn't stitched on for a little while? And just putting it on my board because I know Tracy likes a board, and I ironed everything today. I picked up Hoity Toity by Long Dog Samplers, and that's on 36 count Feijoa from Country Stitch. You are going to see a lot of things on Country Stitch for the rest of my life because at least I can get the fabric, and it's also very beautiful. At least it arrives, unlike other stuff that doesn't. And it's a partial conversion, and I'm using Silks for You for the black. And that's where we're at. So basically, last time you saw this, I had only got part way about here on this bottom border, and I hadn't finished so basically I finished all of this and up through here, and then filled in these squares, I think. Oh, that's a beast. That middle one's a beast. It's just so long, but I love it. I think it's beautiful. And I don't know why that's a different colour. It's a different colour. Anyway, so there's my beep for my flower. So I'm going to go and do my bread in a second, but isn't it beautiful? I'll be right back. And I'm back. And then last night I decided that I'd come to a good stopping place on Hoity Toity. So I would pick up something else, and then I thought, Tracy, I haven't given your lady any love for a while. Excuse me. So this is, I don't count this as a whip because it's not for me. I don't know why that is. I'm stitching this for my friend Tracy, and it is a Lynette kit that she had for a million years. Enjoying a summer's evening. And last time I kind of stopped, it was around here, which was just on half. half the chart, even though it's less, not half, it's less than half this. I had done more than half of the stitching. So I picked it up and I finished her hat and this bit over here, and then I have now a disembodied arm. So yeah, excuse me, I've got messages coming through. So that is where I'm at. So her wee hat is finished, and at least on screen. I was a bit worried because I had to get extra white. I'd run out of white after like the second seagull, so I had to just. I know that Lynart used this set. It used DMC back when it was kitted 100 years ago, but I wasn't sure what white. But I just went with white Blanc, and I had stitched half the hat, so I was a bit worried I might see the transition, but no, it's good. So yay, yeah. Hope you're happy with it, Tracy. But weird, I did finish her arm to that point where her dress starts. I think her little sundress. So that is quite a bit more stitching than I got done last weekend. That's all I can say. Funny that. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. I don't know what I'll work on this week. I'm kind of quite keen to get Hoity Toity. I'm really keen to keep working on that actually. As in, I really want to put 2020 on it when I finish it as 2020. So that means I've got till New Year, which is totally doable for me. I just don't know, we'll see. That's it. So hello to all my new subscribers. Thanks for hanging in there to my old subscribers. Next week I might announce a bit of a giveaway. Next week I will have been doing this for a year. I have over 200 subscribers now. It'll be video number 50, so I might just do a wee giveaway. So tune in next week for that, and hopefully I'll have at least something will have arrived in the mail from my silks. My silks for you should be here. I had expected it this weekend, but I feel like the post didn't even come this weekend, so we will see. Anyway, I'm going to keep it short and sweet, and I'll talk to you all again another day. In the meantime, don't let your needles rust. Ciao.